Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of The Last Viking by Griff Hosker, narrated by Marston. Prologue. I am Erik, and I am the last Viking who still lives to the south of the land of ice and fire. I am old now, and weary beyond words. When the monotone arrow slammed into my knee, it left me with a wound I carry yet, and I cannot shake either the pain or the lack of movement. I carry other wounds, but they do not keep me awake at night as I moan in my sleep. I know that I make such noises, for my wife, laughing dear, mentions them when we rise. It is lucky that for the last few years we have lived in peace. Since we defeated Eagle Claws and the men he led to try to take my magical weapons, the clan of the Bear had prospered and grown. Although my friend Brave Eagle had not returned since our victory, some of his tribe, the tribe we had briefly joined, journeyed over the Ridge of Blue to our home, Eagle Shadow on the Shenandoah. When I found the grassy knoll, I had chosen it because it allowed us to grow and gave us safety from predators. Now, our longhouse and storerooms almost filled it. We had grown so much that soon we would need to build a second longhouse. We would have to take more of the trees and cultivate more of the land by the ditch to provide food. We had added a ditch across a loop in the river to make a barrier against our enemies. It was a dry ditch, but we had not broken through to the river. However, with the river, we had surrounded our home. When I had slept in the dream world after the stone club had cracked my skull, the Volva Gita came to me in spirit form. She told me I was no longer needed as a warrior, and I gave away my sword and my hand axe. I hoped that the spirit who had guided me since our time on Bear Island was right, but I also knew that the three sisters spun their webs to entrap men. I was still vigilant. I made sure that one of the men from the clan walked around our land each day looking for signs of enemies. We had chosen our eyrie well and surveyed the valley below us. We knew the trails that enemies might use and the signs that they might leave. We were a small clan, and that helped us to identify each other by the marks we left on the ground. Chapter 1. The time after the battle was a good one. Laughing Deer and I spent more time together. Gita was right, and I did not need to be a warrior. I was still the best of sailors, and I took the Snekker out to fish whenever I could. I took with me those who were unfamiliar with the Snekker, and I taught them what I knew.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?